Hello Internet, Kinda Plague Mask here, and I am back again with yet another, well not another war rig. This is my war rig, but modified again. So, this is in fact Hachiroku 24's war rig again. Go check out his channel for the instructions. I might do modification instructions. It's not likely though, because this is a very hefty build and there are a lot of things that I did change. So once again, I'm just going to start from the fuel pod and go up to the uh, truck itself. So let's get right into it. So the fuel pod is now completely different. I have changed the whole thing, most of it. The wheels are the same. The gun is mostly the same. The other gun is actually different. Um, I used these spiked wheel pieces to make it rounder. Is that a word? Not rounder, more round. I think rounder is a word. I kept the wheel guard to make the kind of protection ring for the one of the war boys. This is not a flamethrower. This is in fact a harpoon gun. I was wrong. The flamethrower goes on the Volkswagen Beetle, but I don't have room for that due to the scale. This is a little bit weaker. Like the fuel pod itself is stronger, but as you can see, this will fall off, and also just trying to pull it off of the trailer will result in the wheel coming off. So when trying to disconnect it, you will have to kind of pull it down to get this to disengage from the ball socket. I put the harpoon gun in the center of the ring instead of off to the side, which has been bugging me for a while. That's basically it for the fuel pod. It rolls well. But let's get into something with more substance, shall we? So the trailer has been substantially changed as well. Got to move this a little bit back. So the first thing I did is I put spikes on it. I changed the Volkswagen Beetle, and I also changed the front of this. It also does that. So I'm actually going to have to take this apart further and show you the individual sections. So, the first thing I did was I changed the Volkswagen Beetle. The original design only had about that much of it. So I added the front of it and put on a bumper, because there is a bumper there in the movie. And the flags are completely different now. They are more accurate, and that this one has a chain on it, so you can twist this around and grab more saw. So we can go, jump off of the fuel pod. It's not super different, just some additional sections. The next section, however, is completely different. So, as far as I can tell from the all the Lego models that I've looked at, nobody has managed to build this section properly. Like, it's always, two car frames welded onto the top. It's actually one. There is this little piece of metal connecting the two of them together. Now, these should be thinner, and it should be a little bit smoother, maybe a little bit longer, shorter. But I think that for the size I built this at, I did pretty good. This piece falls off. Once again, you can also rip this section off, give it the battle damage look that you see in the movie. But I like to keep it as the whole craft. And the harpoon gun is just more of just a harpoon where you flick it off and it goes, which is pretty fun to do actually. Makes for some interesting stuff. It rotates, goes up and goes down, and I had to rebuild this from scratch. Like, this is completely my own design. So let's get to the main tanker. This is probably the most changed section of the entire rig. First of all, I added some silver pieces into the top. They're kind of hard to see, but they are there. Hachiroku 24 did do that in his original video. I just had to, modify my own because I didn't have any of those pieces until now. This is the ball socket that you will have to pull the fuel pod down to get it off of. So first thing I did was I added this section. This bottom bit is there in the movie, was not there on his original build, because if I flip up the stand, so I wanted to be able to stand without falling over. It is completely hollow in there. So that is probably why he didn't put anything there, but I did. The spikes have been added. I wanted to put some spike sections back here, but it wouldn't work with the wheels. These spike sections they are breakable, so they do reduce playability, but they increase accuracy, so sacrifice that needed to be made. The connection point is also a little bit further up to make it more accurate, because the tanker did not lean all the way over the back of the rig. So let's get to the truck. This is where I started my modifications. I wanted the plow to not fall down every time I was messing around with it, and I also wanted to remove the piece I had underneath it that was there to make it stay up. And also, I didn't really like the shape of the arm he'd built. He basically put something there, and the arm was just going straight to the plow. And that's not what you see in the movie. You see it's like a tractor arm. I don't know what it's like, a construction vehicle, also made by Tatra. The plow can still be moved up, but it is still only attached by 2 studs, but it can still move up. Does move down. The plow can angle, and I also added the way the front of the vehicle narrows. The interior is the same. I do have Cassian there because he kind of looks like Mad Max, just a little bit. I dropped the roof. And I also added the fuel tanks. They're not down there in the original model. And another thing I had to do was because of the backwards weight. The war rig wanted to tilt up on its axle, the axle here. So what I did is I added, there was the fuel tank, these pieces, and I put them here so that they bump up against the axle and prevent and they limit the movement. So let's get the war rig all together and do some final thoughts. So I think Hachiroku 24 did a fantastic job making this war rig. The doors, I kept the rail plate in there to prevent the doors from going inward on the truck. I did forget to mention that in the truck section. This guy did a fantastic job making the war rig. It's really, really great, and I, couldn't have done it without that video. Mad Max Fury Road is a fantastic movie. Just one of my favorites. I could watch it over and over because there's always something new that you notice. But this is not a Mad Max Fury Road review. It is a war rig review. There's not much else to say, except I will set up a little diorama for you guys. So I am going to have to explain this diorama to you since not all of these vehicles appeared in Fury Road. In fact, two of them did, and two of them are based off of the other three are based off of vehicles that did appear in the movie. So this is based off of Razor Cola, but this is actually a modified version of a previous car I built, which was a 1978 MGB, which is a car that my family does currently have. The sheet is falling down, but it doesn't matter. It's the end of the video. It does have it's got a machine gun on it. It's got a flames. These are mines, and it is based off of Richard Cullen that it has caltrops on the back. You can't really see them. This is based off of the Peacemaker, which was the tank car. This is, in fact, based off of Hachiroku 24's Cybertruck, Mad Max car, but instead I put a gasoline engine in it because I don't really like electric cars. I think they're kind of dumb. Obviously, they are, better than gasoline cars, but maybe I'm just, a boomer. I don't know. We got a guy on the hood. He's firing something into the war rig. This back here is based off of the Giggle Horse. You can't really see it. And you have the war rig, obviously, and probably one of my favorites back here is the Doofwag, and that might be because I put an epic flame on his guitar, and I think the detailing on the speakers looks fantastic. This up here is a spike that's got a skull on it. You will see it whenever the Doofwagon review comes out. This is basically it. The diorama looks pretty cool. It's kind of blurry on the computer screen. Maybe it will look better later. But yeah, that's all I've got. This has been Kinda Plague Mask signing out.